Good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Leduc. In today's activity, what we're going to be doing is exploring Adobe Fireworks CS5. You will find the link to Adobe Master Collection on your desktop. Open up the folder, navigate to Adobe Fireworks CS5.1 and launch. Just a reminder that all of your activities can be found on the digitalvoices.ca website under course content. And for this unit, we're looking at Unit 1 and Activity 1 called Logo. Now for the start of the activity, we looked at web graphics and what are the differences between vector graphics and rasterized graphics. So please review this presentation once again. And then we also discussed what makes a good logo. And please review this before you actually attempt to complete the activity. Step 1 of this activity, students are to create a new subfolder on their thought space and call it Unit 1 Activity 1. And what I'd like you to do is think about different things that make you who you are. Maybe research your name, your first name, your last name. Think about your initials, and I would like you to create a logo for yourself. And for this semester, you will be a web design company. So keep that in mind. Web design company. Look at your initials. Take a look at your name. Research your name. Step 2. What I need you to do is you will start by drawing 5 thumbnail logos. Again, these are just sketches. Once you complete the sketches, you are to take a photograph of the sheet and then upload it to your thought drive. Name it first name, last name, underscore activity1 tnails.jpg. And from there you will launch Fireworks, and I would like for you to create 2 workable comps, which are compositions. So you're going to narrow it down from 5 to 2. The dimensions of your canvas will be 600 by 600, 72 pixels. The content will be transparent. When you are done, you're going to save the first one as first name, last name, underscore working comp 1, and then first name, last name, underscore working comp 2. Do not proceed to the next step, step 4, until you consult with an instructor, and we will provide you information about where to improve your logo. Tools that we're going to be looking at in this lesson, in this activity, will be the toolbox area, the properties area of Fireworks, the shape tools, how to save and how to export, transforming, skewing, and rotating, the eyedropper tool, different text tools and text path, layers, and blending modes. And we will talk to you soon. Hello again. For this activity, we will be using Adobe Fireworks CS5. If you're using any other earlier version, you'll be just fine with this tutorial. The first thing we need to look at when we launch Fireworks is how to create a new document. You should have a pop-up window which will prompt you to create a new Fireworks document or one from template. For this activity, we will choose Fireworks document PNG. For Unit 1 Activity 1, we would like you to set the width and height of your canvas to 600. Keep your resolution at 72. Select a canvas color transparent, so you should get a checker box field to the background, and the measurements will be set up in pixels, so 600 pixels by 600 pixels, perfect square. Click OK. So in the center of Fireworks, you will find your canvas. On the bottom right hand corner, you will find your zoom, which will allow you to zoom in and zoom out. So if you launch Fireworks and your document looks smaller than the previous day, just take a look at the zooms, because the person that used Fireworks prior to your class may have set the zoom to a different percentage. Down here we also have the size of your canvas, and over here we have how many states. We won't worry about states at this point. Along the left hand side we have the tools, and the toolbar is extremely important because this will allow you to create your web graphics. Along the top we have selections, so we have a select pointer tool which allows you to grab and move things around. You can select objects that are behind other objects. We also have a sub-select tool which allows you to grab onto the vector nodes when we're working with vector graphics. The next section here we have Bitmap Tools. At this point we're not using any of these tools at all. Alright, sorry, I also missed the crop and the scale and rotate tools. The tools that we're going to be looking at for Activity1, Unit 1 Activity1, will be this area, which are the vector tools. We have a line tool. We have a pen tool, which also allows you to have a vector path tool, and you can redraw the path, and it works sort of like a paintbrush. We have shapes, and you'll notice anytime you see this little arrow on the bottom, you have other options. And these are all primitive shapes, and I'll show you how to manipulate a primitive shape shortly. Text, and then we also have a free form tool. Down a little bit further we have a web section, and again we won't be using this right now. We'll be looking at web tools later on, probably in Unit 2 and Unit 3. One other area that you will be using will be the color region. We have a fill bucket tool which allows you to fill in any shape. We also have an eyedropper tool which allows you to go and select a color and it will assign that color. We have your stroke color, which is the outline to your object, and then you have your fill color, and you just simply click on the stroke swatch and assign a new color or the fill color, and then you also have other options. Now the last region we need to take a look at here will be the property area. Whatever you select on in Fireworks, the property panel will demonstrate, or sorry, present the properties of that area. So for example, right now I clicked on the canvas and it tells me that it's transparent. Canvas size is 600 by 600. And we have image size, and then we also have different states and fit to canvas. If you want to change your canvas at any time, you just click on the canvas, go down here, and you can readjust your canvas. I'm going to go to the shape tool region, and I'm just going to select the donut shape. And before I draw the donut shape, you will notice that the properties area has changed. My stroke is a magenta set at 2, and my fill is a green. So if I go up here to my canvas and I hold shift down to maintain ratio, I can draw a donut, and you will see that there's a magenta stroke of 2 and a green fill. If I go down here, just watch what happens when I manipulate the stroke size. So I'm going to manipulate the width to 4, so you will notice that the stroke is getting thicker and thicker. You will also notice that in this region, the properties, this whole area allows you to manipulate the stroke. So I can make it dashed, or I can go and assign a bristle effect, and then what you can do is you can go over to the fill area, and you can basically do the same thing. With the fill area, you can assign different types of gradients. Let's take a look. Starburst, and you will notice that right now that this starburst is green to magenta. You can click on this and you could reassign your colors. So if I wanted to go from blue to lighter blue, what happens is the starburst will change. Along the top you have transparency, so if you want it to be 100% opaque, so you can't see through it, you can assign it, or 0% opaque, which allows for transparency to be applied. Now when you go to your canvas, you'll see a whole bunch of different vector nodes, and then you can manipulate these vector nodes like this. Right, so that manipulates your fill. And then you will also notice that you have these little yellow vector nodes, and because these are primitive shapes, it allows you to manipulate your shape, and this should help you in the creation of your logo. When you are done, you simply go to File, and then you want to go down to Export Wizard, and then you're going to hit Continue. For the web, Continue, Exit, and then it gives you a whole bunch of options. You can assign your different qualities and then hit Export. Pick the proper location of your document, call the file first name, last name, underscore, Activity1. Please go and take a look at the requirements on the website for saving procedures. Hit Save and Done. Talk to you soon.